Close the door with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Line into left field for a base hit.
Hit in the air. That's going to be the second baseman. They have a chance for 2, and they got him.
Run. The throw is in time for the out.
Lifted high into left field. Ball is way back, and that ball is way gone.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back to the Olsen Softball Complex here on yourliveevent.com. Coming at you with our Irie Insurance pregame show. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve. They cover it all, IrieINS.com for a free quote today. As we've got softball contest and spring sports contest number 2 on the docket as the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros at 1-0 host the Enderlin Eagles at 0-0. Their first game of the year, first region game for both these teams, of course, as well. As the Burros got an 11-10 win in the battle of the Blue Valley teams, beating Valley City here in come-from-behind fashion. We'll talk about that throughout the broadcast. Of course, Keith Meyer is here with me. He'll join me in just a little bit. We come back from our Area Insurance pregame show with our pregame coaches' comments. A little bit later on, we'll talk about the game ahead today. And before you know, we'll get to the starting lineups and the opening pitch from the Olsen Softball Complex in Hillsboro. It's Hillsboro-Central Valley and Enderlin on yourliveevent.com.
Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9 in Ada, invites you to order your new Chevrolet vehicles. From the Silverado, Trailblazer, and Traverse, Lee Brothers is your authorized Chevrolet dealer, providing sales and service to the area since 1975. For ordering your vehicles, talk with Mitch Smurfer J. Trust the experts who know your vehicles best and take advantage of great Chevy certified service offers today. Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9, Ada. Call 218-784-2000.
Hi, this is Chrissy Thompson from the Hillsboro-Central Valley School District, reminding you that ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. In our sporting events, educational lessons, and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember that one simple word, sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. This message is from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
I was visiting with Ben at the Hillsboro Body Shop, and we discussed, well, a lot of things. And then we were discussing, when do you think about the body shop? Most times it's after your vehicle gets damaged from an accident, hitting a deer, hailstorms, scratches, dents, windshield cracks. Ben says, beep. I say, when you need the repairs to your vehicle as you're thinking of the Hillsboro Body Shop, call Ben. 701-636-4981.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Under Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews, chatting with head coach of the Enderlin Eagle girls softball team, and Lindsey Bunn. And Coach, season starts today, 2024. Your thoughts on the squad you have coming into today?
Yeah, great squad coming into the season. We bring back most of our starters from last year. Only lost a couple girls. Have girls that chose track or over softball last year. Now they're going full softball. So they're going to be a great group, ready for the season to start.
What was the most important thing, or what is the most important thing, I should say, that you want to see from your girls in this first game?
I would say our batting. Last year we struggled with batting. I was assistant coach. Now I'm the head coach. That's been our emphasis, getting them hitting off live batters this year and getting ready to roll.
In your first year, kind of what's been the difference stepping up into that leadership role?
Just figuring out where everybody fits. We're making some changes, putting girls in different positions, just seeing where they're better off.
What's the status like in the pitching circle coming into game number 1?
We have a new freshman this year that Musical Lisbon came to Enderlin this year. She's going to be our starting pitcher. We have a few other backup pitchers that we have had in previous years, so we should be pretty solid.
You start off with Hillsboro-Central Valley to start the season and in region play. Your thoughts on the Burros?
They're always a great group of players. We're excited to get started with them and see where we're at.
Head Coach Lindsey Bunn joining us here in our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews. Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay, services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For all your fresh floral needs, rely on 3R Floral on Main Street in Hillsboro. If you have an upcoming wedding or special event, contact 3R Floral to help with your floral needs for the occasion. Call 3R Floral at 701-636-2000. You can also find gift ideas for all occasions. Check out the new decor to spruce up your home and office for the new year at 3R Floral. And don't forget about Hillsboro Gifts, featuring Borough apparel for all Borough fans. Check out the 3R Floral Facebook page and see some great gifts available. If you can dream it, we can do it at 3R Floral in Hillsboro.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime, serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond. We are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Under Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews ahead of today's second contest of the season for Hillsboro-Central Valley. They are taking on the Enderlin Eagles. Girls softball joined by the head coach and Corey Erickson. And Coach, I think it's a good thing that you had a few days from the first game to the second game to kind of chill out a little bit, relax a little bit, and kind of get back to the drawing board on some things, even with a win.
Right. We had the weekend to kind of relax, and then Monday we got rained out, from being able to practice outside. So had a good indoor practice yesterday, though, and good chance to talk about a few things I noticed from the game on Friday, and just get that first game out of the way. That's always the most important one.
With three pitchers seeing the circle, you're going to go back to your starter, Abigail Anderson, in the circle to start this game. What were you telling her in between the first game and the second game?
I think she pitched really well that first inning. I think just came out with a lot of fire and wasn't really thinking about it a whole lot. And then maybe just the breaks. She has the least pitching experience that we have. So we're trying to get her to manage, the ebbs and flows of an inning. She comes out there, she pitches, she comes back, she hits. She goes back and pitches, she comes back and hits. Yeah, that's tough sometimes to refine that groove, in between those innings. So you kind of need to think about a full 7 innings as opposed to going from inning to inning with your mentality as a pitcher. So we talked about that a little bit.
Of course, from first game to second, a lot of players, I think all your players, really showed up for that first game. I'm sure the message is the same coming into game number 2.
Yeah, we had got contributions out of a lot of people for that first game here. We had some girls that were frustrated with their hitting, that we worked on some things yesterday at practice. So I'm hoping today that we have a good, just a good solid game, have some fun out there, relax a little bit at the plate, and just execute the way we know we can.
Start your Region 1 play against Enderlin. Good Eagle squad. Your thoughts on what they bring this year?
They're always a scrappy team. They lost a really good player in Jen Gruba. I think she was one of the top girls in javelin and track and field, and just had a cannon for an arm. Great athlete, great hitter. But they had a good solid team where they can make the plays. They can make tough plays. and they throw lots of strikes. So we just need to be ready to hit the ball and be ready to make some plays behind our pitcher today.
Head coach Corey Erickson joining us in our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews. Coach, best of luck today. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And that concludes our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews, sharing our heritage, sharing our future, with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. DHBankND.com. We'll get to do your starting lineups, of course, the jersey colors and all that fun stuff, plus Keith's thoughts, Keith's comments, if you will, on this one between Enderlin and Hillsboro-Central Valley, coming up next at YourLiveEvent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
All Works Underground Utilities, LLC specializes in directional boring and plowing of underground utilities. Contact Dylan Stevens, 218-261-3090. Power lines, communications, water and sewer lines. All Works LLC can get the job done. All Works LLC works with residential and construction contractors in Minnesota and North Dakota. Contact Dylan Stevens with All Works LLC, 218-261-3090.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
It's a spring sale with additional discounts on all trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro. With everyday lower prices, Bloomfield Enterprises is offering additional discounts through April 30th. All trailers have spring sale discounts and price savings. Dumps, tilts, utility, equipment, and car trailers, plus goosenecks and flow aluminum trailers. Talk to Tim at 701-430-0877 or Larry at 218-368-7989. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro for big spring sale discounts on trailers.
We're coming on back here on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve. They cover it all, IrieINS.com. James Barnes, Keith Meyer here with you. G'day to you, Keith.
Howdy, how are you?
Well, we're doing just fine. The weather, it was looking so nice, and then it decided, you know what? There's a softball game we got to play, so let's bring in the clouds and bring in the darkness and the gloominess there, Keith.
It's partly cloudy. There's blue in the sky. There was a little bit of a drip here and there, so when there's a passing cloud, we might get just a touch damp, but I don't see any big threat of rain showers. This game should be in good condition.
Temperatures climbing into the 60s here today, getting right now to 61. High temperature today, I believe, was 62, 63, somewhere in there. Tomorrow's high of 65. By the weekend, Keith, 70s.
Oh darn.
Finally. Let's bring it on.
There goes that winter coat I just bought.
That was a bad investment there, Keith. Put away those winter coats. It's time for some softball. And Keith, you were here Friday, as was I, when it was I'm calling it the Blue Valley Battle between teams with Blue and Valley in their name. Hillsboro-Central Valley hosting Valley City, and it looked like Valley City was going to take a pretty smooth win, but Hillsboro-Central Valley kept fighting, and kudos to them, pulling up an 11-10 win. Your thoughts on what you saw on Friday?
Well, as I kind of suspected in that first game, pitchers don't have their rhythm. They're struggling to find the plate, get the ball straight, get the ball down, all those good things. And we ended up with a ton of walks in that game. That's basically how Valley City got their lead, and it's basically how HCV came back in the game, was all kinds of walks. There were a few hits scattered around in there, which was encouraging to the coaches. Today, for Hillsboro-Central Valley, Abigail Anderson is going to take the step into the circle again today. Give it another shot. She started the game on Friday, really struggled, didn't make it through the first inning, had to be removed, and it's good that Coach Erickson puts her right back in the circle and says, don't worry about it, just try it again. And that's good because he needs to develop some depth on that staff.
And Keith, that's a sign of a good program, and you mentioned good coaching, and that's a sign of a good talent from the pitcher side as well. When you can have a game like that where it didn't really go well from your perspective, maybe, and you get another chance. So
yeah.
Happy to see that there, and happy to see Keith. It seemed like, as I was mentioning in the pregame comments, that the whole team showed up to play on Friday, that everybody got involved in a pivotal contributions to the win.
Yeah, I would think Coach Erickson, again, not being a mind reader, I don't know for sure, but I would guess he's telling his girls, step up there and look for something to hit. Don't go up there wishing for a walk, because there's going to be games, there's going to be pitchers they're going to face that are a lot more consistent, that are going to throw strikes consistently, and that's going to make a big difference. Use these opening games to get the swing down and score some runs with base hits as opposed to walking around the bases.
That kind of wraps up our pregame comments. Again, presented by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve. IrieINS.com. They cover it all. We'll step away here for a little bit. We'll come back with our starting lineups, and the opening pitch from the Olson Softball Complex. It's Hillsboro-Central Valley and Enderlin on YourLiveEvent.com. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has adapted to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. Production of edible beans helps many growers in the Red River Valley make their farming operation more profitable. These growers are also producing a nutritious, high-protein food source, helping feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, with receiving stations in Hatton, Sharon, Larimore, Devils Lake, Wilton, Washburn, Lincoln, Peasic, East Grand Forks, Grafton, and Garski. Learn more at centralvalleybean.com or 701-847-2622.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Coming on back here from the Olson Softball Complex in Hillsboro, it is time for our starting lineups. Presented by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grower owned. CrystalSugar.com. We will start with the road team on the scoreboard, and here at the Olson Softball Complex in the Enderlin Eagles. They will lead off with a shortstop, sophomore, number 5, Caitlin Maggio. Batting second, it's at third base, a senior, number 4, Amethyst Billing. Batting third at first base, freshman, number 3, Eve Chamberlain. Batting fourth at center field, number 13, Aspen Schlecht, junior. Batting fifth, the designated player, sophomore number 10, Karina Olson. Batting sixth, the right fielder, junior number 2, Noelle Friedrichs.
Couple quick announcements.
Batting seventh at second base, the junior number 7, Michaela Wall. Batting eighth, it's the senior catcher number 8, Mackenzie Wall. And batting ninth, it is the left fielder, number 9, junior Carson Wattison. Also in the flex spot, the freshman pitcher, number 0, Renna Evanson. That's the starters for Enderlin head coach Lindsey Bunn, assisted by Faith Friedrichs.
Players are asked to be positive role models on the field.
And now the starting lineups for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros at 1-0.
These coaches and these umpires.
The Burros, they will lead off
Today's lineup. First for the
with
Enderlin
their
please come out to the first base
junior
line when your name is
junior catcher, number 1, Peyton Quam. Batting second,
playing shortstop.
it
number
is
5,
a Kaylee
Caitlin
Kittleson, junior shortstop, number 3.
Batting second.
Batting third at third base, the junior, number, let's see here, had it number 22, Carsey Hattlestead.
Number 3.
Batting fourth at first base. It is Danielle Dubois, number 14.
Batting fourth, number 13.
Batting fifth, the center fielder. That's number 7, sophomore Sana Kritzberger.
Number 10.
Batting sixth, it's the pitcher, number 10, a freshman Abigail Anderson. Batting seventh, it's the junior at second base, the number 4, Megan Ensign.
Number 2.
Batting eighth, the designated player, a junior, number 8, Morgan Potasic. And batting ninth, it's Aaliyah Jelmstead, the left fielder, freshman, number 13. Flex spot out in right field, it's the senior, number 9, Katie Onis. That's the starters for head coach Corey Erickson, assisted by Serena Closey, Timothy Spurgeon, and Molly Knutsvig. Again, our starters presented by American Crystal Sugar Company. Living the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grow our own, crystalsugar.com. The Eagles are in the black jerseys, black pants, orange banner around the chest. Eagles in black outlined in white, white numbers outlined in orange. The Burros are going to be in their white jerseys, blue letters, and blue numbers, white pants as well. Of course, it is baseball softball, which means Enderlin will bat first. Hillsboro-Central Valley will bat second. That is our starting lineups and our colors. We're going to break away here real quick for our national anthem. When we come back, it's the opening pitch here on YourLiveEvent.com between Hillsboro-Central Valley and Enderlin. The Burros 1-0. The Eagles starting their season out today. Could be a preview of a Region 1 tournament contest on YourLiveEvent.com. Reminder, we will have as well the Region 1 and 2 baseball and softball tournaments. A lot more games to go from now to then. But again, the opening pitch comes right next on YourLiveEvent.com. Almost half of the energy used in homes goes toward heating and cooling the spaces we live in. Energy Star certified heating and cooling equipment can improve your comfort while lowering electric bills. Through its Bright Energy Solutions program, City of Hillsboro offers rebates for a wide range of energy-efficient equipment like heat pumps and central air conditioners. You can also get a rebate for having your cooling system professionally tuned up. Call the City of Hillsboro to learn more about rebates or visit BrightEnergySolutions.com.
This is Dustin Nagel with Dakota Heritage Bank. We're a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we can assist you with all of your banking needs, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, loans of all types, and more. We offer free mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile on-the-go banking with Dakota Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
My coworkers here at Degelman are super supportive. We all get along. Makes for a really easy work day, easy work week.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Degelman.
Our culture at Degelman is really second to none. It's truly a family atmosphere.
It feels really great to be a part of a team that is building some of the toughest equipment in the farm industry.
I'm Madden Scunbury. I'm confident on the field, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Tylee Johnson. I'm confident in the arena, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
National anthem just concluded as we get set to go here between Enderlin and Hillsboro-Central Valley on YourLiveEvent.com. Keith, final thoughts before the opening pitch?
Get the ball in the strike zone, throw strikes, make the other team hit the ball to beat you.
Boy, if that isn't as simple as it comes, then I don't know what is. Good words to live by there from Coach Keith. And we will see Abigail Anderson make her second start of the year. A 0-0 record, again, as the win went to reliever Megan Ensign. I should say secondary reliever Megan Ensign. There are 3 pitchers in the win over Hillsboro-Central Valley. So Abigail Anderson again making her second start. And we have Enderlin due up. It's Majo, Billing, and Chamberlain, shortstop, third base, and first base. Due up there for the Eagles, again in their first season. Their first season under head coach Lindsey Bunn. I should finish that thought. Bunn, the assistant coach last year. And, of course, Enderlin, early on when it came to softball, they were one of the favorites, made some state championship games, even won a state championship or 2. Initial first pitch was scheduled for 4 o'clock. It is 4:06 right now. And so we will be just a little bit off the pace. Enderlin Maple Valley, they did win the first ever girls softball state title in Class B. Enderlin Maple Valley, 2-1 over Central Cass back in 2012. A dozen years later, we're back for more softball here on YourLiveEvent.com as that is a pitch. And that is just off the mark there. Ball number 1 for Caitlin Majo. Majo again, the shortstop. Batting right, number 5. Facing off against the freshman Anderson in the pitcher's circle. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. Count goes 1-1. And first batter up here in the top of the first. JV junior high game going on right now as well between Hillsboro-Central Valley and Ada Borp West on the field to our right. That pitch a little high. Count goes now to 2-1. To Majo. Anderson, the 2-1 pitch. Right down the pipe, 2-2. Both ladies in a nice little bit of a battle here. Majo, I believe, swinging on just one of those first 4 pitches. As the infield comes in a little bit. 2-2 pitch. And got her. Anderson with the K. That one looking that time for the first out of the inning. Brings in at third base, number 4, right-handed batter, Amethyst Billing. Great name. There's the first pitch. Just a little high and outside. Nobody on, so nobody moves, though. As we got 1 down here on the Golden Harvest Tim Cazette Seed Sales scoreboard.
Bob Euchre is clearing his throat and getting ready to talk about that pitch.
1-0. Oh, boy. He might have to talk about that one as well. Oh, boy.
Just a bit outside.
Just a little bit off the mark there. 2-0 is the count here to the senior. One of 2 seniors on this Enderlin squad. Mackenzie Wall is the other. We'll see here later on in the batting order. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here at the top of the first. No score, of course, on our Golden Harvest Tim Cazette Seed Sales scoreboard. After 3 of the first 5 were strikes. That's 3 balls in a row there for Anderson. As Anderson will get 1 more chance here. Anderson in the windup, 3-0 pitch. That one's behind, and a walk drawn by Billing. She'll get over to first. As now Eve Chamberlain, the freshman, first base, number 3, right-handed batter, comes to the dish, and we have a runner on first here now. Again, Enderlin, Hillsboro-Central Valley, 2 of the Region 1 girls softball teams. There's the pitch. Oh, and dings her in the back. And so Chamberlain gets aboard.
Bat, Aspen Schelt. Oh, that was awful.
Billing will go to second as Schlecht comes up to the dish here now. Aspen Schlecht, the junior center fielder, number 13, right-handed batter. Good start for Anderson, but she's thrown 5 straight balls and hit a batter and given up a walk. Here's a good pitch, just a little bit high, though. As the count goes now to 1-0. Olsen on deck and Friedrichs in the hole here for Enderlin. Rest of the Region 1 teams, of course, Kindred Richland, Central Cass, Maple River, Hankinson, Fairmount, Rossolt, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood. As both players on the base move after the wild pitch. And the Northern Cass as well, the other team to finish that thought. So we have runners now at second and third. Still just 1 out on the board, and the count is now 2-0 to Schlecht. 2-0 pitch, it's a little high, makes it 3-0. After a opening strikeout, a walk, and a hit batter. Still looking for our first strike since the first batter. As Anderson, 3-0 pitch. Got it that time. Trying to battle back here. Again, the Burros, they surrendered the first 9 runs of their season before scoring 11 of the last 12 to win the game against Valley City last Friday. There's another strike. Anderson finding her groove once again, getting back to a full count. First full count of the day for Anderson. Anderson in the windup, full count pitch. That one's a little bit off. And another walk drawn, this time by Schlecht. Bases loaded. 1 out on the board as the designated player comes to the dish as we get a infield conference. Karina Olsen, sophomore, number 10. Again, Erickson. Corey Erickson gets to the circle. Trying to give some encouragement there to his freshman pitcher in Anderson. And we saw 3 pitchers yesterday or Friday in the Borough win over Valley City. Evelyn Willison, a sophomore, and Megan Ensign, junior, the other 2. So Anderson gets back into the circle here to face Olsen with 1 out on the board. Trying to turn a double play and get out of the inning unscathed. First pitch is a nice one. That's a strike. Count goes 0-1. Friedrichs on deck and Michaela Wall in the hole here for the Enderlin Eagles. Strikeout, walk, hit batter, walk. That's the resume so far, the first 4. That one's a little bit low. Count now goes to 1-1. Sun's starting to show up once again after dip behind the clouds here a little bit. The day after our first eclipse in 7 years, and our first are only for another 20. That's when the next one will show up, I believe in 2044. Swing and a miss there that time for Olsen. Count goes to 1-2, and Anderson feeling it now. After giving up here 8 straight balls, she's thrown strikes 4 out of the last 6. That one's just a little bit downstairs. Count goes to 2-2. Strikeout will be big here. Anderson in the windup. There's the 2-2 pitch. A little high and outside. Gets away from Quam. Try to tag at home. It's safe. And the first run of the game will score as Amethyst Billing comes across to make it here 1-0. Favor of the Enderlin Eagles. Count, by the way, goes full here to Olsen. Full count pitch. Foul back. Count remains full here. Again, Enderlin on the board here first with a 1-0 lead. Runners at second and third. 1 out. A full count pitch. This will be pitch number 7 of the plate appearance, and it comes down to a walk. Chamberlain over to third. Schlecht at second. Olsen at first. And Friedrichs now comes up to the dish for Enderlin. Anderson. The windup first pitch, low and inside. Count goes 1-0. The Walls, Michaela and McKenzie will come up here on deck and in the hole. There's the pitch. Dings her on the shoulder. And another hit batsman brings home Chamberlain. Makes it now 2-0. Enderlin and Corey Erickson. Looks like he's going to make a change. So we will have a pitching change here, as Megan Ensign will come into pitch here for the Burros. It is now 2-0 on our Golden Harvest Tim Cazette seed sales scoreboard. Enderlin with the lead. They've loaded the bases once again, and the winning pitcher Friday, Megan Ensign, will come back into the circle next on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
Time now for our first pitching change presented by Nodak Insurance Company. Agent Brad Richter, Hillsboro, Sales Associate Nick Preston in Mayville. For all your insurance questions, see Trout County's agents with answers. As Megan Ensign steps into the circle for the second time in relief, picking up, I believe, 8 strikeouts in the win over Valley City. Come from behind win, allowing just 1 earned run, 2 total runs. So try to do something similar here. His first pitch, it's got away. Toss to home, tag, not in time. Second score on a wild pitch here today for Enderlin. As now Olsen gets over to third, Friedrichs over to second. Michaela Wall is the batter here now. Number 7, left-handed batter. Second base is where she plays. Runners now at second and third. It's a 3-0 lead here for the Enderlin Eagles. I pitch the ball as well to Michaela Wall. Count goes to 2-0. Wall pops it up towards left center field. And that'll be our first hit of the game. 1 will score. 2 will score. Toss to third won't be in time. It's a 2 RBI triple for Michaela Wall.
Next up to bat, Mackenzie.
Bringing home Karina Olsen and Friedrichs. And it's now 5-0 Enderlin. Second straight game to start the season. Hillsboro-Central Valley's allowed 5 runs in the first inning. And now we got a runner just on third base. Still just 1 out on the board. It's the first pitch to Mackenzie Wall. Swing and a miss. Count goes there to 0-1. And a 2 RBI triple there for Michaela Wall. Nearly clear the bases. Ensign in search of her first strikeout of the game. There's the pitch. It's a dribbler down the first base line. That's foul. Count goes now to 0-2. Now runner just on third base. 1 down here in the top of the first. There's the pitch. Drops in there. Strike 3. Megan Ensign. First strikeout of the game herself.
Next up to bat, Carson Watson.
As now Carson Watson will come up to the dish. Right-handed batter, number 9, a junior. Close out the order the first time through with a runner still on third. There's the pitch. Little low, but it caught it. Strike number 1. And 2 outs on the board here now. Megan Ensign starting to get into a rhythm here. 4 straight strikes. 0-1 pitch. Downstairs, Quam chases after it. Will hang the runner in Michaela Wall over at third. Count now goes to 1-1. Top of the order on deck in Maggio and Billing in the hole. Strikeout, walk, hit batter, walk, hit batter, triple strikeout. Resume for the first 8 batters of the day for Enderlin. 1-1 pitch. Got it there. Strike 2. Now it goes now to 1-2. Megan Ensign did strike out the side in one of her relieving innings on Friday. Trying to at least get 2 in a row here. 1-2 pitch. Got her down. Megan Ensign closes the inning with a pair of strikeouts. Does allow a 2 RBI triple. 2 of 5 runs scored here in the top of the first. There was a total of 1 hit. 5 runs off 1 hit. There were no errors. There were all 5 runs were earned, and there was 1 left on base. 5-0. After the top of the first, we go to the bottom of the first. Quam, Kittleson, Hattlestead, top of the order, 2 up for the Burros. Next.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent, at 701-436-5777 or use the QR code to connect with the agency.
Coming at you to the bottom of the first we go. On our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette seat sale scoreboard, Enderlin leads Hillsboro-Central Valley 5-0. As the pitcher, Renna Evanson, the freshman, goes into the circle, making her debut for the Enderlin Eagles to face the top 3 in the order for Hillsboro-Central Valley in Quam, Kittleson, and Hattlestead. All 3 making impacts in the victory on Friday over Valley City. Quam, the all-region selection, one of the best catchers in the region. So let's continue her good start to the season. At the dish, she had the first hit of the year for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
First up to bat, Peyton Quam.
She also threw out a base runner in the game, Quam did. Quam, the right-handed batter, number 1. There for the Burros. And the junior comes up to the batter's box to face the freshman in Evanson. First pitch, a little high. Count goes to 1-0. There for Quam. And Quam, Kittleston, Hattlestead, Du Bois, Kritzberger, Abigail Anderson, then Ensign, Jelmstead, Potassic, and Jelmstead. There's a strike there. Count is off to 1-1. Burros have now surrendered 10 runs in the first inning this season as Quam pops it up, bloops it between, and caught herself in a pickle there. Got to scamper back to first, and she's tagged out. Again, Keith, that's the second or third time we've seen that already this season for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Yeah, tried to get a little too aggressive again. Luckily, the first baseman was in position to receive that throw and tag out Quam.
Now the shortstop, Kaylee Kittleson, will come up to bat. First pitch is a ball. Count goes to 1-0. Keith, I have that down for Quam as an infield single thrown out in between first and second. And that pitch is a strike. Count goes 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Kittleson gets hold of that one straight into the glove of the center fielder. Couldn't have lined that out better if you're on defense. Line out to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. As Evanson making quick work here. Just 6 pitches, into her debut already with a pair of outs as Carsey Hattlestead comes into the ball game. I believe she scored the first run of the year for the Burros. In her return off of injury, count goes to 2-0 there to Hattlestead. DuBois on deck and Kritzberger in the hole. 2-0 pitch. Strike one. And let's put 2 outs on the board here. Nobody on. And a 2-1 count. That one's scooped high. 3-1. Hattlestead tries to get aboard. 3-1 pitch. Fouls to the mesh. Just beyond it, actually. Count goes full here. Double full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nowhere to hide for Hattlestead at the dish for the Burros. And Evanson on the mound. Or in the circle, I should say, for Enderlin. That one's low as Hattlestead picks up the walk.
Next up to bat, Danielle
So a walk and a hit surrendered, but nobody at a second base yet as Danielle DuBois comes up to the dish. Senior, first base number 14. That's a strike called. And the count goes now to 0-1. 0-1 pitch, a little high, 1-1. Hattlestead had a little bit of a jump. She'll head back over to first base. 5-0 lead here on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette seat sale scoreboard for Enderlin as the Burros once again find themselves in a big hole. 1-1 pitch. DuBois bangs it into the pitcher. She recovers well. Toss over to first in time for the 1-3 ground out in a way. Get the third out of the inning. There were no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, no earned runs, and there was 1 left on base. 5-0 remains our score as we head now to the top of the second. Coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's a spring sale with additional discounts on all trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro. With everyday lower prices, Bloomfield Enterprises is offering additional discounts through April 30th. All trailers have spring sale discounts and price savings. Dumps, tilts, utility, equipment, and car trailers, plus goosenecks and flow aluminum trailers. Talk to Tim at 701-430-0877 or Larry at 218-368-7989. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro for big spring sale discounts on trailers.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Back here for the start of the second. Top of the second is Megan Ensign's first pitch is a strike. It's Caitlin Maggio. 0 for 1 with the strikeouts. They're in the first. Ensign has thrown 2 straight strikeouts. That one's outside. Makes it a 1-1 count. Maggio, the sophomore, right-handed batter. And a strikeout looking in 5 pitches last time up. Top of the first, top of the order. Due up behind her is swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Billing and Chamberlain due up as well this inning for the Eagles in their first game of the year. Pair of Region 1 opponents. It's the first day of Region 1 competition as that one is high and outside. Count goes to 2-2. Kindred Richland, Central Cass, Maple River, Hankinson, FCT, Rosso, Lidgerwood, Northern Cass as well in the 7-team region. 2-2 pitch. Just a little downstairs. Full count. This Ensign has come in, a pair of strikeouts, but a triple. No earned runs. All those runs gone to the starter, Abigail Anderson. Full count pitch. Strike three. Megan Ensign has struck out 3 straight Enderlin batters. She's on a roll here, I believe up to 11 strikeouts on the season, all as a reliever. Ensign, there's the first pitch, right over Ensign's glove, and that's going to be a base hit for Amethyst Billing. Second time she's reached base today. If Ensign was about 2 inches taller, she would have got it. But unfortunately, to many of us, myself included at times growing up, you couldn't grow taller just by snapping your fingers or shuffling your feet. If only. Here's Chamberlain up now to the dish for Enderlin. That first pitch is a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Runner now on first with 1 out. In the top of the second, 5-run first inning for the Eagles. They're flying high in their season opener. A 1 pitch. Fouled back. Count goes 0-2. Schlecht on deck. Olsen in the hole. Chamberlain got on as a hit batter. Scored a run. Billing is on first after the single. Second hit of the game for Enderlin. Ensign, the 0-2 pitch. Grounder to the shortstop. Tossed to first is in time for the 6-3 out. It does move Billing over to second base.
Up to bat, Aspen Schlecht.
But it does put a second out on the board. As Aspen Schlecht now comes up to the dish there for the Eagles. Schlecht got a walk in 6 pitches. Scored a run as well. Again, second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6 batters all scored in the first inning for Enderlin. First pitch fouled. Look out. As the count goes there to 0-1. Olsen on deck. Friedrichs in the hole here for Enderlin. Runner now on second with 2 down in the top of the second. First pitch is about 407, 408. As that's a grounder, that's going to go fair down the third base line. Runner will score. It's an RBI double for Aspen Schlecht. Bringing home Amethyst Billing for the second time today. 6-0 Enderlin. As Karina Olsen will come up to the dish here now. Runner, now a new runner at second, but a 6-0 lead after the RBI double from Schlecht. First pitch to strike, count goes 0-1 to Olsen, got on due to a walk, and 7 pitches, and scored a run. Ensign, in the windup, 0-1 pitch, high, 1-1. By the way, that's just the second earned run for Megan Ensign this season in about 5 or so innings of work as a reliever. 1-1 pitch. Grounder foul to the Burrow dugout down the third base line. Count goes back to 1-2. Again, 2 down here in the top of the second. Runner on second. And a 6-0 lead for the Enderlin Eagles. Ensign stares down at her armband there. Delivers the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. Megan Ensign picks up another. But there was one more run off of 2 more hits. No errors. 1 earned run. And there was 1 left on base. 6-0 our score. The Enderlin Eagles with the lead as we go down to the bottom of the second on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales Scoreboard.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Time now for an in-game update presented by Farmers Union Insurance Agent Ryan Opdahl of Hillsboro. Home, auto, business, life, farm insurance. Downtown Hillsboro, or you can call 701-436-5777. As we go now to the bottom of the second, Enderlin with a 6-0 lead. They scored 5 runs in the first off of just 1 hit. Abigail Anderson, tough start there for the Burros. She gave up a trio of walks. She hit a couple of batters as well. There were 1 strikeout. Megan Ensign comes in. She has given up a couple of hits in earned run, but she has struck out 4 batters as well. Hillsboro-Central Valley still looking for their first runs of the game. Kritzberger, Anderson, and Ensign due up here for the Burros. That's your in-game update presented by Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance Agent of Hillsboro. Santa Kritzberger will step in here. A couple of RBIs in the win over Valley City Friday as that pitch to strike count goes 0-1. Facing Renna Evanson, starting pitcher there for the Eagles in her career debut at a varsity level, I do believe. At least her first start for Enderlin. 0-1 pitch. Kritzberger gets hold of that one. It is foul down the first base line. Count now goes to 0-2. Kritzberger, she had 9 RBIs all of last year, so she's well on her way to eclipsing that personal best. But nobody on base here as we get started with the bottom of the second. 0-2 pitch. Kritzberger gets hold of that one right to the shortstop. Throw to first. Good stretch for the 6-3 out. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Brings in Abigail Anderson. Started out as the pitcher. I believe she did go to the dugout. As the first pitch is low and inside. Count goes 1-0. Ensign on deck. Potasic in the hole here. Hillsboro-Central Valley. There's the pitch. There's a strike. Count goes to 1-1. 1-1 pitch. That's high. Count goes 2-1. Nobody on, and 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Anderson swings and can't get a connection. Count goes 2-2. And the Burros, they didn't score a run in the first 2 innings in the win over Valley City as Anderson goes down on strikes. Looking that time in 5 pitches. First strikeout of the season for Evanson. For Enderlin as Megan Ensign comes up to the dish here now. Evanson needed just 15 pitches to get out of the first inning. Pretty efficient start to her day as that first pitch is a strike. Count goes to 0-1. This will be pitch number 10 of the inning, pitch number 25. Again, pitch count not nearly as important as in baseball, as there is no pitch limit for softball. They can go as long as their arm desires, if you will. 1-1 pitch, swing, foul down the third base line. Little dribble there that time. 1-2 for Ensign. Speaking of dribble, Megan Ensign had a pretty good basketball season for the Lady Burros. Didn't quite finish the way they had wanted to in the region tournament, but Ensign breaking her own record for 3-pointers in a single game as she fouls that one down the third base line. Count remains 1-2. Potasic on deck. Jelmstead in the hole to close out the order for the first time here. Evanson trying to finish out the inning. 1-2 pitch. That's a foul. A little check swing. It did hit the bat and falls foul down the first base line. Count remains at 1-2. Nobody on and now 2 down, of course, in the bottom of the second. There's the pitch. Grounder just gets in front of the catcher. She fumbles it, and Ensign's aboard. Ensign gets aboard due to the E2. First error of the game. As Morgan Potasic comes in, started out as a designated player. She is now out there in the field of play as Ensign will trot back to get ready to pitch. Not sure who checked on a courtesy run there for Ensign. Nonetheless, Potasic will come to the dish. Pitch is a ball and a steal. For the courtesy runner out there. Potasic, she drove in the winning run on Friday, the season opener against Valley City. That's another fumbled pitch, but runner gets over to third. Potasic now and a good opportunity. 2-0 is the count. Pitch to strike. Count goes down to 2-1. Jelmstead on deck to round out the order the first time through there. And top of the order and Peyton Quam in the hole. 2-1 pitch. Yeah, just a little outside there. 3-1. One walk to one strikeout and a hit allowed there for Evanson. No runs yet. Potasic swings and misses. Count goes full. It's a double full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nowhere to hide. Potasic at the dish for the Burros. Evanson in the circle there for Enderlin. Here the windup. Full count pitch. Dropped in for ball 4. Potasic with a walk. Runners now at the corners with 2 down still.
Next up to bat, Aaliyah Jelmstead.
Brings in the left fielder, number 13, Aaliyah Jelmstead. Potasic might charge over to second base given the opportunity. There's the pitch. He does exactly that. And they fake out the throw to second. Does Mackenzie Wall. Didn't get the runner to bite at third. So free base there for Potasic. And the count goes to 0-1 there to Jelmstead. 0-1 pitch. Popped up and into the field of play. Throw won't be in time. Infield single there. Scoring the runner. And I believe that courtesy runner out there, I believe that was Mallory Alfson. At least that's the number that I saw on the back of the batting helmet. So Alston unofficially with her first run of the season, and courtesy running for Megan Ensign. It's now 6-1 Hillsboro-Central Valley off the RBI bloop single for Jelmstead.
Jelmstead trots down to second base.
And Quam gets hold of that one, and just out of the left fielder's glove. 1 will score, 2 will score. It's an E7. Getting Payne Quam aboard. And scoring Potasic and Jelmstead. And just like that, it's a 6-3 score now. Still with 2 outs on the board. Kaylee Kittleson will come up to the dish, the shortstop. 0 for 1, a line out to center. Runner now on second. And 2 outs. That one drops in for a strike. 0-1. Quam over at second. Still 2 outs. 3 runs come across with 2 outs on the board. The Burros trying to mount their second straight comeback to open a season. That's a driller. Out to the left side. Hops through the left fielder's legs. Quam will score. The runner gets over to second. Keith, what do you think? Another E7 out there?
Boy, she may not have touched the ball, which is usually the trigger for an error or for a base hit, but that went right through the wickets. I think I must have to give an error there.
I'm going to give a single to Kittleson, advancing to second on the E7. So 6-4 now, just like that, as a steal there. Not the most graceful slide over to third, but hey, gets the job done. Runner now moves from second to third. Still 2 outs on the board. Evanson trying to get out of this inning. Deep shot left side. That is gone. Carsey Hattlestead, welcome back to the diamond. And just like that, it's 6-all. On a 2 RBI bomb to left.
She got great extension on her arms on that. Big, strong step into the ball. And she landed that one on the batting cage out there behind the fence. Kind of like hitting the fountains in Kansas City.
I'm sure Coach Erickson happy to have Hattlestead back.
Next up, Danielle Dubois.
As Danielle Dubois tries to keep it going. Again, Keith, 2 outs on the board. Error, couple of errors, hits, walks. Hillsboro-Central Valley doing it all to climb back into this one. Again. Dubois 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. And it was the first inning. In the first inning, Enderlin saw all 9 of their batters come to the batter's box. In the second inning, it's now Hillsboro-Central Valley to see all 9 of their batters here. As with nobody on now, Dubois sees the first pitch a little high, ball 1. Evanson, the 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. Kritzberger on deck. That was where we started here in the second. 1-1 pitch. Dubois gets that one out to left center field for a base hit. And now Santa Kritzberger back to the dish.
Santa Kritzberger.
Burrow's just absolutely teeing off on that, on those pitches from Evenson. Striding into it, timing it greatly.
That one's low and inside. Count goes to 1-0. And again, usually maybe need an inning or two, one time through to kind of figure out the pitcher. Softball a little easier. The pitch is not quite as varied, especially with young pitchers. They haven't quite gotten their arsenal figured out yet. Count now goes to 2-0. A little bit of a danger zone here for Enderlin. 2-0 pitch. Kritzberger gets it to the third base. Toss to second is in time for the force out, and that'll do it for the second inning. An active one it was for the Burros. 6 runs off of 4 hits, with Hattlestead's homer. There were a couple of errors. Actually, there were 3 errors. There were, let's see here, I'll give 4 earned runs, and there was 1 left on base. We're tied 6-all as we go to the third here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, they remain committed to their original mission of providing living environments for seniors that maximize health, independence, and quality of life. Residents can enjoy hobbies, socializing, programs, and more at Halstead Living Center and Heritage House communities. For more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Top of the third we go here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Keith Meyer here with you. 6-all from the Olson Softball Complex in Hillsboro as the Burros have now even the score at 6 apiece. Megan Ensign back out to the circle. Face Noelle Friedrichs. Friedrichs slams it into the mesh. Count goes to 0-1. Friedrichs got on as a hit batsman and scored a run. After 9 batters in the first, Enderlin only got to 5 in the second. That pitch to strike. Count goes 0-2. As Ensign. In the windup there, the 0-2 pitch. Grounder. second. Toss to first in time. Potasic is there at second now in place of Ensign, who started there. As we have our first out of the inning. The 4-3 ground out. Brings in Michaela Wall, a 2 RBI triple back in the first. Nobody on, and one down here in the top of 3. Megan Ensign has done well in relief of Abigail Anderson. First pitch is a ball. Count goes 1-0. Wind picks up just a little bit. Mackenzie Wall on deck. Waddison in the hole here for the Eagles. Here's the pitch. A little outside. Count goes 2-0. Ensign, since she came in with one out on the board in the first, as that one's ball there. She struck out 4, giving up a couple of hits, 1 earned run. 3-0 pitch. It's ball 4. I believe that's her first walk given up today.
Mackenzie Wall.
And she's actually a homer defensively from giving up a team cycle for Enderlin, but and just the 1 earned run. It's the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1 there for Mackenzie Wall, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And runner on first, 1 down here in the top of the third, a 6-6 tie. First 6 runs to Enderlin, the last 6 to Hillsboro-Central Valley. 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, runner goes for the steal, and that's out! Quam once again hitting Kittleson in stride. As Michaela Wall thrown down. Now 2 outs on the board and a 1-1 count to Mackenzie Wall. 1-1 pitch. A little inside now, 2-1. And Waddison on deck to round out the order the second time through. Ensign, 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. It's the count here. Ensign trying to make quick work of this top of the third. Bring her batters back up. Base is clear here in the top of 3. Ensign, 2-2 pitch, foul. Now the third base line, count remains at 2-2.
Ball goes rolling into the fans over on the left field line there, and somebody scoots out of their chair and grabs the ball for him.
Always fun to know that there's active participation all the way around. They do get another ball, and that one's thrown outside. Double full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Ensign tries to end the top of the third and doinks Wall on the back. It's the third hit batter of the day for Enderlin. As Carson Waddison comes up to the dish here now. Waddison 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. Right-handed batter. Left fielder. A little bit of a stoppage here. So we might have a courtesy runner out there for Enderlin. Courtesy runner, we'll get that number here for you in just a second. Courtesy running there for the Eagles. This is Haley Rolland, 8th grader. First pitch the ball. Count goes to 1-0 there for Waddison. 1-0 pitch. Grounder. Third toss to first in time for the 5-3 ground out to close out the inning. We had no runs, off of no hits. There were no errors, no earned runs, and there was one left on base. Going to the bottom of the third here on YourLiveEvent.com. Still tied at 6.
The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro-Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Bottom of the third we go here on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sale scoreboard, tied at 6. James Martins, Keith Meyer here with you on YourLiveEvent.com. Game number 2 of our spring sports section. As due up for the Burros, it's Anderson, Ensign, and Ptacek. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Anderson struck out, 0 for 1 in the second. Ensign got on due to an error, scored a run. Ptacek got on due to a walk and scored a run. First pitch is a ball, or a strike, excuse me. Count goes to 0-1. Anderson started out as the pitcher, now slots into that flex spot. As Ptacek was the flex spot, she comes and plays second base now as Ensign goes to the circle for the Burrow defense. That one's a ball. Count goes now to 1-1. First batter up here in the bottom of 3 and active. First couple of innings as Anderson smacks that one. Right center field, it goes to the wall. Anderson hops over to second base on a stand-up double to lead off the third, bottom of the third. Megan Ensign comes up here now for the Burros.
Megan Ensign.
Ensign now the pitcher, the junior, right-handed batter number 4. The go-ahead run now at second base for the Burros. 6th hit of the game. They had 1 in the first inning, 4 in the second, and as part of that 6-run flurry. And that one's low and inside ball for Megan Ensign. Ptacek on deck and Jelmstead in the hole. There's a pitch. Ensign, grounder, third, bobble, throw to first is in time, just barely. On a 5-3 out, but it does move Anderson over to third.
Up to bat, Morgan Ptacek.
Here comes Morgan Ptacek now. She got on due to a walk in the second. Stole a base, scored a run. The second of 6 straight for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Again, 1 down in the bottom of 3 and a runner now on third base. Pitch, grounder, Ptacek to third, toss to home. The tag will be in time. So Ptacek gets on due to the fielder's choice. That's the second out here now. As Anderson is thrown out at home.
Up to bat, Aaliyah Jelmstead.
Brings in Aaliyah Jelmstead. Jelmstead 1 for 1 with an RBI single back in the second. Scored a run. Keith, I think in those situations, again, another young moment where you just stay on your base.
Yep.
That's a strike. Runner goes for the steal. Ptacek's going to scamper there. And it went through the shortstop's legs as Ptacek gets over to third. So a little bit of an error there. A steal to second, error, throwing error. Gets Ptacek to third. And Keith again mentioned that it's a young mistake. If the ball's coming towards you and you don't have to run, don't run. But again, all things come with time, and they'll learn as the season goes on. Jelmstead popped up a little high. Count now goes to 1-1. Spatasek trying to score her second run of the game. And 2 down with a runner now all the way over to third. Here in the bottom of the third. 1-1 pitch. Grounder. Second. Toss to first. Scooped it in time for the 4-3 out to close out the third. We had no runs off of one hit. There was one error. No earned runs, and there was one left on base. We go to the fourth with the score remaining 6-6 on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales Scoreboard.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get to see Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy.
Hillsboro Drug and Gift is your area full-service pharmacy with prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough, cold, and flu medications, health and beauty items, and more. They offer mail-out service and free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. And remember, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills at 701-636-5231. There's always something new with a great selection of seasonal items, gifts, and cards for all occasions at Hillsboro Drug and Gift. They're always happy to help you, and they thank you for your business at Hillsboro Drug and Gift.
Back to the start of the fourth here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Keith Meyer, Megan Ensign tosses the ball to the top of the order. Caitlin Maggio for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. As Ensign, the 1-0 pitch. Maggio rips it to third now. Short toss to first. Won't be in time. Good effort. Say Keith an E5 on that one.
Up to bat.
Getting Maggio aboard.
Wasn't an easy play. Hadelstead had to reach down to her left, but clearly got the glove on it. A fortuitous hop over to Kittleson. She almost got the runner at first, but didn't turn out that way.
Brings an amethyst Billing 1 for 1 as that's popped up into the air. Quamp can't quite track it down. Count goes to 0-1. Billing with a single in the second. 2 runs scored. And she drew a walk in the first. As Chamberlain is on deck and Schlecht in the hole there. Pitch is outside. Count goes to 1-1. Maggio represents the go-ahead run after the Eagles scored the first 6 runs of the game, 5 in the first and another in the second. Then the Burros scored 6 unanswered. That pitch is a little bit off the mark. Count goes down to 2-1 to Billing. And Chamberlain on deck 0 for 1. Schlecht in the hole 1 for 1. Ensign taking her time here. 2-1 pitch. Time paid off. 2-2 on the strike there. You're in the top of the fourth. And Ensign already, I believe, up to 12 strikeouts for her season and less than a full game's work. Grounder through the infield. That's a base hit. Good find there. Throw to third. Got a chance. Got her in time.
Wow.
What a play.
What a bullet from Kate Onus out in right field. That was right on the money. And the runner did not slide. If she would have slid, she probably would be on third base, but she went in standing up, and Hadelstead got down in a hurry and put that tag on, and great defensive play by the Burros.
Onus throws down Maggio. Billing with a base hit. Advancing to second on the throw to third. That pitch is a strike now to Chamberlain. Count goes 0-1, and that might be our precision play of the game right there. Hadelstead's homer is also in the mix. Playing along at home, who do you think is behind our Eddie Enterprises' precision play of the game? 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count goes 0-2 to Chamberlain. And he gave a little more juice, Keith, to this Borough defense who might have been tiring out a little bit. That was a big play there. Out and right for Onus. The real flex spot. There's the pitch outside. 1-2 is the count. And Schlecht up to, this is Chamberlain, excuse me. Schlecht will be coming up and then followed by Olson. 1-2 pitch, foul. Count remains 1-2. To Chamberlain there with runner on second base, by the way, and 1 out to 1-2 count. Chamberlain ground out of the second, hit by a pitch in the first. Pitch, a little outside. Count goes now 2-2. Approaching the 1 hour mark here at the Olson Softball Complex. A little bit ahead of pace to where we were at on Friday. That one took 2.5 hours. We're into the fourth here with 1 down. 2-2 pitch. Grounder to second. Toss to first. Well in time for the 4-3 out. Does move the runner over to third. Does put a second out on the board.
Next up to bat, Aspen.
Potasic is low to the ground anyway when she's standing straight up, but she got down in a crouch and made sure she was right down at the eye level of the ball and made a good play.
You know, Keith, I mean this in the best way. Sweet young gal, and she looks like she could be an 8th grader or a freshman out there, but again, a junior. So that's an advantage of maybe a late growth spurt. 1-0 count there to Schlecht. As inside, the 1-0 pitch popped up to right field. Onus, just popped out of her glove. I'll have to credit that as an E9 on the scorecard. Runner's going to go all the way to third.
Next up to bat, Karina.
That was a tough play.
That's hard. That's hard to credit an error there, Keith.
Yeah, she was running full tilt and, extended herself. She did everything she could to catch that ball, and it, tipped off the edge of her glove. It was out of her reach, so that would be base hit over there.
So we'll give a triple then, if you feel it's worthy, Keith, to Aspen Schlecht, RBI triple, bringing home Billing to make it now 7-6. Enderlin regains the lead. Runner still on third with 2 outs. Just the second earned run, I believe, of the game for Ensign as well. Here in the top of the fourth. 0-1 pitch. Grounder to first, and that will end the inning. Unassisted grounder over to first ends it, but Enderlin regains the lead with 1 run off of Keith, 2 hits, and 1 error, 1 earned run, and 1 left on base. Again, our score is 7-6. Enderlin regains the lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
Bottom of the fourth we go here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Keith Meyer here with you. 7-6 is our score. Hillsboro-Central Valley back up to bat here with their top of the order in Quam, Kittleson, and Hattlestead.
Onus is playing good defense out there in right field. There was one other play where she went the extra mile. There was an overthrow, ground ball to the left side, and the throw got away from the first baseman, Dubois, went skittering out towards the grass on, behind first base, and Onus was right there. From her right field position, she got to the skin of the infield, grabbed that thing, and prevented a runner from advancing another base.
Bottom of the fourth, about an hour into this one. Peyton Quam comes up to the dish. Quam 1 for 1, a base hit back in the first. Got on to an error in the second and scored a run. Again, a 7-6 game as Enderlin back in front. Count goes to 0-1 on a strike. And Kittleson, Hattlestead, 1, 2, 3 due up here for the Burros. 0-1 pitch. A little high, 1-1. First batter up here in the bottom of 4. Burros 1-0. Enderlin first game of the year. Quam swinging and a miss. Count goes 1-2.
I think Quam wanted that one back. That pitch was, if not on the outside corner, it looked outside, and she took a crack at it and didn't get there.
There's a strikeout there. Renna Evanson picks up a much-needed K. That's just her second strikeout of the game.
Beautiful changeup, and it almost acted like it had a curve to it too, because it broke towards the outside of the plate.
Foul back there for Kittleson. Count goes 0-1. Kittleson 1 for 2 with a base hit. Stolen base and a run scored back in the second. Nobody on, and one down here in the bottom of 4. There's the 0-1 pitch. Just off the plate there, 1-1. Hattlestead on deck and Dubois in the hole here for the Burros. 1-1 pitch. Finds a seam there. It's a base hit for Kittleson. Tying run at first base.
Next up to bat, Carsey Hattlestead.
Brings in Carsey Hattlestead. Hattlestead 1 for 1 with a homer. First homer of the season for the Burros. Over to left. First pitch is a strike. Runner goes for the steal, and she gets there. Kittleson in scoring position here now.
Kittleson's got some wheels. She can move out there. So her getting a single is almost like a double.
Hattlestead swings and fans on that one. Runner goes to third, slide in time. On the steal as Hattlestead now 0 for 2. 0-2 the count, I should say. Dubois on deck. Kritzberger in the hole. There for the Burros, 1 down. Evanson the pitch, and Hattlestead goes down on strikes. Second out of the inning. Brings in Dubois.
Up to bat, Danielle Dubois.
Danielle Dubois 1 for 2 with a single. Back in the second. Kittleson right now stranded on third. First pitch. It's a strike. Count goes 0-1 here. As Evanson delivers the 0-1 pitch. Low and inside now, 1-1. 2 outs on the board and a runner on the third. 7-6 lead for Enderlin. There's the pitch. Dubois swings and misses. Count goes 1-2. Evanson. In the windup, 1-2 pitch. Outside, gets away. Runner goes home and scores. Tied at 7. Kittleson will get home on the wild pitch. Count goes now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 pitch. Dubois, grounder. Third, toss to first in time for the 5-3 out. Close out the inning. We did have 1 run off of one hit. There were no errors, one earned run, and nobody left on base. 7-all tie. So go to the 5th and yourliveevent.com.
You can buy beef by the quarter, half or whole beef from Mueller Angus, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032. 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or the whole from Mueller Angus, Hillsboro. You can buy beef by the quarter, half or whole beef from Mueller Angus, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032. 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or the whole from Mueller Angus, Hillsboro.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Close the door with the 2-2.
Welcome back to the top of the 5th. First two pitches from Ensign. 1 ball and 1 strike. Foul ball off to the, wonder if that one got into, yep, that one got into the dugout for Enderlin. People scattering a little bit. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Batter is Noel for Friedrichs. That ball down in the dirt. 2-2. Ensign, checking the sign from the dugout. Friedrichs is ready. Pitch from Ensign, right at the knees, down the middle. Strike 3.
Up to bat, Michaela Wall.
Strikeout for Ensign for the first out of the inning. We've got a tie game, 7-7. Top of the 5th. Batter is Michaela Wall. First pitch was a ball, a little bit high. Ensign tosses way outside. Outside again, 3-0 count. Ensign doesn't want to give up any free passes here. Not in this tie game. And she gives one up. 4 straight pitches. That puts a runner at first, Michaela Wall. Batter is Mackenzie Wall. First pitch is a strike. Runner on first is Michaela Wall. Batting is Mackenzie Wall. Ensign with a ground ball, foul. Down the first baseline. Makes an 0-2 count. Wall late on that swing and a little bit above it too. Ensign rocks and fires. Strike 3 on a ball that was well out of the strike zone. Wall couldn't resist going after that pitch. And we got a strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Brings up Carson Wattison. Pitch is on the outside. Excuse me, I got a little ahead of myself there. Wall strikes out looking. That brings up Carson Wattison. 2 outs, runner on first. Quam fakes a throw down to first, trying to keep that runner close. Wattison with a strikeout and a ground out so far. Ball inside. Got a foul ball at the plate, dribbled behind. Quam picks it up, tosses it back out to Ensign. Still got a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Tie game, 7-7. Ensign fires. Strike on the outside corner. I think we've got a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Foul ball at the plate. Bounces straight up in foul territory. Quam grabs it and chucks it back to Ensign. Ensign fires. That one's high. High and outside. So we've got a full count, 2 outs, 7-7 game in the top of the 5th. Ensign fires. Another foul ball at the plate. Wall was on the move on that pitch. The offering from Ensign, pop fly. Hattlestead hustles in from third base, grabs it, and that ends the inning. We have no runs. There was a walk in the inning. And 2 strikeouts for Ensign. Going into the bottom of the 5th. We are at a tie game, 7-7.
Insurance answers should come easily from local agents you know and trust. Someone down the road, not across the country. From Watford City to downtown Fargo, NODAC insurance agents know the protection you need. From the Peace Garden to the geographical center of North America. We're focused on North Dakota's farms, ranches, small towns, and cities, so the answers are right in front of you. NODAC Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Hillsboro, North Dakota invites you to experience the love of God. Our Savior supports all youth with academics, athletics, music, art, dance, and drama, and offer meaningful opportunities for people of all ages. Join us for worship at 8:30 or 10:30 each Sunday morning, in person or watch on television, HTC Channel 34, or online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or at oslchillsboro.com.
Back here for the bottom of the 5th from the Olson Softball Complex. James Martins, Keith Meyer. Thanks for Keith for the assist on that last half inning. Had to step away for just a brief bit. Always good to have an assist man here.
Santa Kritzberger.
And one of these teams will need the assist of their teammates. Try and break open this game and get a win. Santa Kritzberger, Abigail Anderson, Megan Ensign. It's 5, 6, and 7 to up here for the Burros as we go to the bottom of 5. There's the first pitch, run to Evanson. Kritzberger finds the open gap here in left center field, and she's aboard. That's her first hit of the game. And brings up Abigail Anderson. Anderson 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout here in this one. Go-ahead run is aboard. Again, Enderlin scored the first 6 runs of the game. Then the Burros got 6 unanswered, and then both teams scored a run each in the 4th. That's how we are at this 7-7 tie. That pitch is a little high there for Anderson. Count goes to 1-0. Big regional contest for both these teams. As, again, the Burros 1-0 overall. Enderlin's first game of the year. Bunt is shown and laid down nicely. Toss over to first is in time for the 1-3 out. It does move Kritzberger over to second. One down as you get to make an end sign here. Ensign 0 for 1 with a ground out in the third. She did get on due to an error in the second. Got on with a stolen base, or got on due to an error, stole a base, and scored a run. The go-ahead run now at second. One down here. And a swing and the miss there for Ensign. Count goes to 0-1. Potasic on deck. Jelmstead in the hole to go through the order 3 times here for the Burros. 0-1 pitch. It's high. 1-1. Ensign's delivered another strong performance there on the pitcher's mound. Picked up 8 strikeouts, I believe, in the win over Valley City. She has 6 in today's contest. And Ensign pops it up out to center field. No tag up there. So a pop fly to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. Brings in Potasic, Morgan Potasic.
Morgan Potasic.
Got on due to a walk in the second and a fielder's choice in the third. Again, deliver the winning RBI to bring home Ellingson for the winning run on Friday against Valley City. First pitch. Strike 1. Therefore, Potasic. Again, Jelmstead on deck. She's 1 for 2. Quam in the hole is 1 for 2 as well. 0-1 pitch. Potasic swings, chasing that one and misses. Count goes to 0-2.
Potasic, young player. She needs to learn how to step into the ball instead of stepping away from the ball.
Evanson, 0-2 pitch. That's foul. Down the third base line. Count remains at 0-2.
That's a good strategy for Potasic, as quick as she is. Get that ball down on the ground and run like crazy.
0-2 pitch. Grounder. Short. Toss to first is away. Throwing error gives the Burros the lead as Kritzberger will score. And throw to third, not in time. Potasic playing with fire, doesn't get burned there. And more importantly, due to that throwing error, Kritzberger comes across. And the lead now belongs to Hillsboro-Central Valley. Their first lead of the game, by the way. Jelmstead comes to the dish. Counts 0-1 on a strike. Potasic again gets on due to the throwing error. That's the 5th error of the game for Enderlin. That pitch is a ball. Gal goes to 1-1. Runner at third with 2 down. There's the 1-1 pitch. Jelmstead to midfield. Hauled in by the center fielder. Fly out to center ends it for that inning. As we did have in the 5th, we had 1 run off of just 1 hit. There was 1 error, 1 earned run, and there was 1 left on base. 1's all the way around. 8-7 as we go to the top of the 6th. An in-game update comes your way next.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. your information stations. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Time for an in-game update presented by Farmers Union Insurance Agent Ryan Opdahl of Hillsboro. Home, auto, business, farm, life insurance, 701-436-5777. You can see him downtown as well as we go to the top of the 6th. And again, Enderlin scored the first 6 runs of the game. Hillsboro-Central Valley scored the next 6. Each team exchanged a run in the 4th, and then in the 5th, broken open there by a throwing error, allowing Santa Kritzberger to score right now the go-ahead, the leading run. As the first pitch is a strike, second pitch into the field of play to third. Boy, Addleston, look out. Just whips that thing out of there on the 5-3 out to Caitlin Maggio.
I am impressed. She has just an absolute rocket over there.
Amethyst Billings steps up. Billings been probably the most productive player of the day for Enderlin. 2 for 2. Pair of singles, pair of runs scored. Actually, 3 runs scored. 3 of the 7 have come with Amethyst Billing. As nobody on and 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Burrows holding on to a 1-run lead. That's a swing and a miss. Count goes now to 1-1 there for Billing. About an hour and a half into this one. And the Burrows, they're just 5 outs away from going 2-0 to start the year. 1-1 pitch. Steno. 2-1. Count now. Chamberlain on deck and Schlecht in the hole there for Enderlin.
Nice change up there. It just wouldn't quite break over the plate.
Ensign, 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, goes 2-2 now. In both teams, Region 1 could be a Region 1 preview match. 7 teams in the field, so the top seed gets a first round bye. 2-2. Oh my, no, just dropped it. Oh, Kittleson had it. Couldn't quite hang on.
Next up to bat, Eve Chamberlain.
I don't know, Keith. That's hard to market an E6. And Keith's saying give her a single. As Amethyst Billing gets aboard with their 3rd single of the game. Brings in now Chamberlain. Eve Chamberlain swinging a miss. Count goes now to 0-1. With now the tying run on first. Good first regional contest here between Hillsboro-Central Valley and Enderlin. Inside, 0-1 pitch. A little high. Quam thought about throwing down to first. Billings back there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. 8-7 Hillsboro-Central Valley with the lead here in the 6th. Ensign, 1-1 pitch, popped up, chance at it. Du Bois has got it there at first. Pop fly at first base, 2nd out of the inning. Runner stays at first. And that brings in Aspen Schlecht, the center fielder. Schlecht on the day, maybe even more productive than Billing with a pair of RBIs, a double and a triple and a walk. Single and a homer away from the super cycle, if you want to call it, with a walk drawn as well. And that goes right to Ensign, the easiest out of the inning by far.
Just a little squibber with a lot of backspin. That's the only thing she had to look out for, was making sure she squeezed it, because all that backspin could have easily popped out of her glove.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no earned run, and 1 left on base. As her score remains 8-7. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Hillsboro-Central Valley leads Enderlin here on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Bottom of the sixth we go here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Keith Meyer here with you. 8-7, Hillsboro-Central Valley. Trying to close out their second come-from-behind win of the year in 2 games with some insurance. This would be their insurance inning. As due up there for the Burros, it's the top of the order in Quam, Kittleson, and Hattlestead. Quam on the day 1 for 2. Single, run scored, strikeout. Kittleson is 2 for 3, a pair of singles. And Hattlestead, of course, with the homer. She's 1 for 2, a strikeout and a walk drawn as well. First pitch to Quam. Strike 1. Burros made it to the state tournament last year, finishing in 6th place. Trying to do it once again. A 1 pitch. Smacked left center field. That is to the wall. 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, and stop. Stand-up triple there for Peyton Quam to lead off the inning.
Next up to bat, Kaylee Kittleson.
Brings in Kaylee Kittleson. Kittleson again, 2 for 3. Pair of singles, 3 stolen bases as well. And a pair of runs scored.
Wind is out of the west, which aided that ball. You know, as high as it was, it slowly drifted and kept drifting away from both the left fielder and center fielder. Good fortune there.
First pitch to strike, second pitch a ball. All right. By the way, again, I mentioned Hillsboro-Central Valley was the girls softball representative, was one of the representatives from Region 1. I believe Kindred Richland was the other. 1-1 pitch, grounder. Past the pitcher over to second, over to first in time, but it does allow a run to score. On the 4-3 out, Kittleson does pick up an RBI, though, as Quam comes across the plate.
Next up to bat, Carsey Hattlestead.
Hattlestead is up here now, first out of the inning, makes the score here 9-7. First pitch to Hattlestead, that's fouled. Count goes 0-1, Du Bois and Kritzberger on the way as well for the Burros, who have scored now 20 runs. In their first 2 games combined, they have given up 17. And again, lead at 9-7. 0-1 count, 1 out on the board. As Hattlestead rips that one. Foul. Looks like the shortstop lost it there in the sun, as Hattlestead will go back to the batter's box.
It was actually the third baseman that backed out of the play. Again, that ball kept drifting, and rather than try and get the ball, the third baseman deferred.
0-2, stumbled by the shortstop. Throw to first is not in time. E6 on that one. Gives Hattlestead another base. For 6th base of the game. Brings in Danielle Du Bois. 1 for 3 with a single. Back in the second. By the way, most bases on the day goes to Payne Quam and Kaylee Kittleson. They each have 8 total bases grabbed today. As Hattlestead is going to vacate in place of a pinch runner there, courtesy runner. Casey Hong will come in to run the bases. There for Hattlestead. So Hong for Hattlestead. Du Bois stays there at the plate. Hong, the sophomore. Second time she's been out to run the bases here this season. First pitch to Du Bois. To strike. Hong gets the steal. Needs to work on her sliding just a little bit, but again, doesn't always have to be pretty to get the bag.
so many young kids, that haven't played the game a lot. They end up plopping on the base instead of sliding before the base.
A 1 pitch now, 0-2 with 1 out, still on the board. A runner at second and a 9-7 lead for the Burros, trying to add some insurance before the top of the 7th. 0-2 pitch, high, Hong about halfway to third base. She'll slide back over. Kritzberger on deck and Anderson in the hole here for the Burros. And looking to move to 2-0 on the season. Good start to their season, and of course both games at home. Du Bois goes down on strikes. 2 down as that will bring up now Santa Kritzberger.
Next up to bat, Santa Kritzberger.
1 for 2 with a base hit back in the 4th and a run scored. Here's the pitch. That's off, and the wild pitch allows Hong to go over to third. Count now goes to 1-0 to Kritzberger. Kritzberger with the, right now, she has the winning run. Quam with a little bit of extra. 1-0 pitch, Kritzberger rips that to right and grabbed to end the inning. There was 1 run off of 1 hit. There was 1 error. 1 earned run, and look at that, 1 left on base. 1's all the way around. Second straight inning for Hillsboro-Central Valley. It's a 9-7 lead. So we go to the top of the 7th. Enderlin needs 2 to keep the game going. Otherwise, the Burros are 2-0 on the year.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
Top of the 7th we go. James Martins, Keith Meyer here with you. 9-7 Hillsboro-Central Valley has the lead. Second game this season that will go the distance. At least it will go to a 7th inning. About an hour and close to an hour, 40 minutes into this one. As Karina Olsen, Friedrichs, and Michaela Wall will come up to bat. Olsen is 0 for 2 with a walk drawn in the first. Friedrichs is 0 for 2 with a hit, with a base as a hit batter. That first pitch to strike. And Michaela Wall is 1 for 1 with a triple and a pair of walks. First pitch to strike. Megan Inside looking for win number 2 on the year for her. As seamed up the middle for a base hit there for Olsen. First hit of the game. Brings in now Friedrichs.
Next up to bat, Noelle Friedrichs.
Noelle Friedrichs, the right fielder. She's, again, 0 for 2. Got on in the first as a hit bat. 5 runs for Enderlin in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, none since. Here's they need 2. Friedrich swings and misses. Count goes 0-1. The Wall's on deck and in the hole. Michaela's in the hole, or on deck, and McKenzie is in the hole there. As Inside. And the windup 0-1 pitch. Popped foul. Doinks off of both of the first baseline dugouts. Count goes 0-2. I should say for the other field, that's the third base dugout. 0-2 count here. Gets away from Quam. Wild pitch allows Olsen to get over to second. She's in scoring position to cut the lead in half. Count now goes to 1-2. Inside. And the windup 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
HCV defense needs to focus on getting the out at first base. Don't worry about that runner.
Pitch is high and away. Friedrichs battling back for a full count here. Big moment here for both sides. Full count pitch. That's a little bit off. And a walk drawn. Now the tying run is at first. And a big moment here for Michaela Wall. She's gotten a pair of walks and a triple. 2 RBI triple to be exact in the first. So she's looking to do something similar and tie the game. First pitch is a ball. 1-0 here. Mackenzie Wall on deck and Waddison in the hole to round out the order for the 4th time today for Enderlin. The Eagles in their first game of the season under first-year head coach Lindsey Bunn. 1-0 pitch. Low and inside. 2-0. And we saw 3 pitchers in the Burros win over Valley City. Ensign hoping that's only 2 pitchers for today. 2-0 pitch. Outside and away. And low, I should say. 3-0. But that's the 5th straight ball thrown by Megan Ensign. Starting to cool off a little bit after another outstanding performance in relief of the starter Anderson. 3-0 pitch. That's a little high. And now bases are loaded. Nobody out. After a hit, a walk, and a walk. Little infield conference there, and Corey Erickson will join him. Nobody out here. 9-7 in the top of the 7th. Bases loaded. The tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is at first. And again, Mackenzie Wall, 2 up here. Struck out twice. Got hit by a pitch in the 3rd. She's 0 for 2. Ensign will stay out there trying to at least pick up another strike. Strike out, I would say. Waddison on deck, top of the order, and Maggio in the hole. Again, Olsen at 3rd, Friedrichs 2nd, Michaela Walls at 1st right now. Ensign. First pitch. Just a little off. Ball 1. Again, the Burrow pitchers have pitched over 100 times, most of them falling to Ensign. 1-0 pitch, swing, foul. Count goes 1-1. And Enderlin just needs 2 to keep the game going. 3 to take the lead and give the pressure on HCV. About an hour, 40 minutes into this one. It was 2.5 in the season opener between Hillsboro-Central Valley and Valley City. Grounder through the infield. That's a base hit. 1 will score. 2 will score. A 2 RBI single for Mackenzie Wall. Advancing to second on the throw home. Runners now at 2nd and 3rd, and we are tied at 9. Olsen scores. And Friedrichs will score. And we got a ball game on our hands. First pitch popped up. Potasic underneath of it for the first out of the inning. It's Waddison now 0 for 4 on the game. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 down here now. Or 1 down here, excuse me. Just 1 down.
It's not turning. I know. I don't know what happened. It just turns off.
There's the pitch there to Maggio. Foul down the first base line. Caitlin Maggio there. We're down as 0 for 3.
We did this last game too. Just turned off randomly.
Couple of strikeouts, ground out. Enderlin tries to make their way back in this one. Ensign, there's the pitch. There's a strike. 0-2 count to Maggio. Ensign looking for a big strikeout here. In the windup, Ensign, the 0-2 pitch, just outside. 1-2. Billing on deck. Chamberlain in the hole. Again, a 1-2 count.
Okay, thank you.
It's Ensign. And the Burros will now have to bat in the 7th. Right to Ensign. Toss to third. And it hit the back of Michaela Wall. So that's the second time in the last 2 innings that Megan Ensign has collected an out.
Amethyst Billing.
Second out of the inning. That brings in Amethyst Billing. Another infield conference, by the way. Michaela Wall at third. Mackenzie Wall at second. First base is open right now. And Amethyst Billing, 4 for 4 as far as on-base percentage. 100% goes. 3 singles, 1 walk, 3 runs scored. And Ensign trying to get out of the inning. Here's the pitch. Grounder. Through the infield. That's a base hit for Billing. 1 will score. 2 will score. And Enderlin takes the lead, 11-9. Off a 2 RBI single for Amethyst Billing. Scoring the walls, Michaela and Mackenzie. And now Eve Chamberlain comes to the dish. First pitch popped up. Quam looking for it. It goes off the mesh and out of play.
Up to bat, Eve Chamberlain.
So after only 1 run between the 3rd and 6th innings, Enderlin with 4 in the 7th. They flip the lead to their side, 11-9. 0-1 count there to Chamberlain, with a runner now on first. 1 pitch, lone inside, now 1-1.
This whole thing began with some walks early in the inning that put Hillsboro-Central Valley's defense behind the 8 ball and gave Enderlin a little bit of momentum, and they ran with it.
1-1 pitch, low and inside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first, an 11-9 lead. Here in the 7th, there's the pitch. That is fair down the first base line. And it will be, I'm going to give it just a single there for Chamberlain.
Up to bat, Aspen Schlett.
Fielding error there as well. Allows her to get over to 2nd and 3rd, and Billing will score, making now 12-9. Enderlin has flipped this game around. Still just 2 outs. Still 2 outs on the board. Aspen Schlecht comes up to the dish here now. Double, triple, walk drawn, couple of RBIs, and a run scored. 2 for 3. That one is just in there for strike number 1. Everybody has gotten to the plate here for Enderlin. They needed 2. They pick up 5 so far here in the top of the 7th. Ensign, 0-1 pitch, foul to the mesh. Count goes now 0-2. By the way, due up for the Burros at 6, 7, and 8 with Anderson, Ensign, and Potasic. Face Evanson. Ensign. In the windup, there's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Enderlin in their first game under their first-year head coach. It's a year of first for a team of first. Again, the Enderlin Maple Valley, the first Class B girls softball state champions back in 2012. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a drop, third strike. Quam tried to get it to Du Bois, and she couldn't handle it. So an error gets Schlecht aboard
Up to bat.
and allows Chamberlain to come home and score. It's now 13-9. 5 runs in the first, 6 in the 7th, just 2 runs in between. Now Karina Olsen, who started out the inning, is back out there. On inside, ball 1. Friedrichs on deck, Michaela Wall in the hole. And now a runner is on first. Popped up, out to center field, got it. Fly out to center to end the inning, but a big inning for Enderlin. 6 runs off of 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There were also 2 errors. There were all the runs were earned, all 6. And there was 1 left on base. Enderlin has flipped the script. They now lead it 13-9 as we go to the bottom of the 7th on YourLiveEvent.com.
Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Bottom of the 7th here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Keith Meyer here with you. We're putting in the overtime. So we get to the bottom of the 7th. As we approach the 2-hour mark of this one. Went 2.5 between Valley City and Hillsboro-Central Valley last Friday. As Evanson, Retta Evanson, the freshman pitcher, making her debut for Enderlin. Looking to get her first win of her career. But Hillsboro-Central Valley looking to stay in this one. They need 4 runs
Up to bat, Abigail Anderson.
to keep this game going. Just 3 runs since the 2nd. So they need to spurt themselves. Abigail Anderson will go up there first. 1 for 3 with a double back in the 3rd. Thrown out at home. So no runs scored yet for Anderson. First pitch the ball. Count goes to 1-0. Evanson, 1-0 pitch, dribbles 2-0. Ensign on deck, Potasic in the hole. Ensign is 0 for 2, and Potasic is 0 for 1. 2-0 pitch, strike 1. 2-1 is the count here now to Anderson. Bases cleared here in the bottom of 7. It's a regional game as well, so it's a big one for both these teams to start out the year. 2-1 pitch. Anderson threw off the shortstop, and an E6 gets Anderson aboard. Might have been a tough play for the shortstop, but I think she had enough time and she grabbed it.
Up to bat, Megan Ensign.
Brings in Megan Ensign. Again, Ensign 0 for 2. Got on due to an error in the 2nd and scored a run. Ground out and a pop fly. Anderson aboard there on first. First pitch. A little high. Anderson goes for the steal. Nice slide. A little short, but she makes up for it. She's in scoring position here now, and the count goes to 1-0. To Ensign with Potasic on deck and Jelmstead in the hole. Could see a pinch hitter here for Corey Erickson. Maybe in that 9 spot. One's a little high. Count goes to 2-0 to Ensign. Probably will see a courtesy runner for Ensign as well, should she get on base. Again, the Burros need 4 runs to tie and keep it going. 5 to win. Their second walk-off game of the season. 2-1 is the count on the strike looking there for Ensign. The Burros, they've scored 20 runs. They have given up 23 this season. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. Anderson on second base. Ensign looking to Joyner on the bags. Rena Evanson, 3-1 pitch. Little high. Ensign gets the walk. Runners now at first and second. Nobody out here, and Morgan Potasic will be up to bat next. It is Alfson to come back on and trot the bases. Mallory Alfson with her, she got the first run of the game. Back in the bottom of the second. Bunt shown, Potasic fouled. Let's take a swing at that. Count goes to 0-1. As we do see Chelmstead in the on-deck area, so it looks like she will indeed get a chance at the dish, barring a triple play. 0-1 to Potasic. 0-1 pitch. Potasic, grounder to short, toss to first is in time. Does move the base runners. Anderson over to third. And Alson to second. And the shortstop, Keith, missed a golden opportunity to get the runner out at second.
I was going to say that she could have thought quick enough. All she had to do was turn around and tap the runner going by, then go to first of the ball and would have had a double play.
Runners now at second and third as Aaliyah Chelmstead takes first pitch of ball. Got to get through this one. Peyton Quam on deck. Kittleson in the hole. Hattlestead after that. Chelmstead on the day, a 1 for 3. That's going to be a ball. 1 for 3, a base hit back in the second. RBI single, stolen base, ground out, and a fly out otherwise. 2-0 is the count. Anderson is on third. Alson is on second. That pitch is just inside enough, 2-1. And with 1 out on the board here in the bottom of 7. Again, approaching the 2-hour mark from the Olsen Softball Complex in Hillsboro. Evanson takes a look back over to second. In the windup, 2-1 pitch. That's a little downstairs now, 3-1. Things getting interesting here at the Olsen Softball Complex as Quam on deck. The Burros try to rally here again. Evanson in the windup, 3-1 pitch. Chelmstead gets a hold of that one, left center field. 1 will score, 2 will score. Chelmstead charging towards third, tag, in time, no! Corey Erickson can't believe it. Can't quite see him over there, but he went down to his knees. He's saying, what? And now 2 down as Chelmstead with a double, advancing to third. Second out, Abby Anderson scores. Alson scores her second of the game, now 13-11. Still a chance.
I think Coach Erickson was claiming that the tag never got down to the runner. And that's that's why his knees crumpled.
Peyton Quam up to the dish here now with Kittleson on deck. Hattlestead in the hole. Quam on the day. 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. Got on due to an error as well. Count goes to 1-0. Enderlin trying to hold on. 1-0 pitch. Downstairs. No! Just caught the zone. 1-1. Bases are cleared now, by the way, with 2 outs on the board. 1-1 pitch. Downstairs. 2-1. It's wide open, Keith, for our play and player of the game. Come down to these next few pitches. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. Quam, a ball away from getting aboard. Still An open game here now. Kittleson on deck, Hattleston in the hole. 3-1 pitch. Just caught it. Triple, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Down to the last batter, possibly for the Burros. Nowhere to hide here now for Quam at the dish. And Evanson in the circle. Triple, full count pitch. Quam gets a hold of that one, as that is caught by the center fielder. Schlecht hauls it in to end the game. And again, if Jelmstead doesn't charge over to third, that could have been a tag up and could have kept the game going. But what a great early game here. Region game, a fly out to center. Schlecht with another robbery. As that does it. The final score on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette seed sale scoreboard: Enderlin 13, Hillsboro-Central Valley 11. That final half inning, by the way, we had a pair of runs off of 1 hit. There was 1 error. There was 1 earned run, and there was none left on base. What a set of games from last Friday to now. 13-11 the final. Hillsboro-Central Valley has scored 24 points on their season. Or excuse me, 22 points on their season. They have allowed 23. Wow. Good stuff here. Again, 13-11 the final. Enderlin goes to 1-1. Enderlin goes to 1-0. Hillsboro-Central Valley 1-1. Our post game comes up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Chrissy Thompson from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School District, reminding you that ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. In our sporting events, educational lessons, and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember that one simple word, sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. This message is from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
Get healthy in 2024 with the help of Sweet Sips in Hillsboro. Grab the energy drinks, protein-packed beverages, shakes, coffee, and more to fuel your days. Many of their drinks have little to no sugar, making this part of your daily routine diabetic-friendly. Be sure to follow their Facebook page, as they're always giving their customers a fun new reason to stop on by. They're open 6:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 to 1 on Saturday, and 10:30 to 1:30 on Sunday. That's Sweet Sips in Hillsboro. It's healthy fast food.
This is Tim Kazette, your local Golden Harvest Seeds dealer. During these winter months, as you think ahead to the spring planting season, I remind you there is strong yielding varieties of Golden Harvest beans and corn available for spring delivery. There's discounts offered. Please ask me about the Golden Advantage deferred payment options or any cash payment discounts. Call me, Tim Kazette, at 701-430-0877, and thank you for planting Golden Harvest seeds on your farm.
You know, parenting is hard for all of us. And so providing those little resources that we can share for those conversations that are hard to have, and to kind of be that icebreaker for both professionals, parents, and then open up that conversation to the more engaging conversation that's needing to be had.
Being a parent myself, oftentimes it's the simple things that make a difference.
As a busy parent myself, just engaging with your kids, making it an everyday thing so they know that you're there, they can always come to you when those difficult situations do arise.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsboro for more information.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Recent trades and updated equipment inventory at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. 2 new Woods 15-foot batwing mowers have arrived. Talk to Chuck and get details and pricing. Also on the lot, the new 60-foot Woolrich field cultivator has rear hydraulic baskets, 3-bar harrow, single spring. Talk to Chuck for pricing on this new Woolrich field cultivator, the 2021 Delta 610. Call for price. Other equipment available too at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. 218-784-2961.
Coming up on our post game here on YourLiveEvent.com, James Martins, Keith Meyer here with you. The final score, 13-11. Enderlin rallies after they initially had the lead. They come back to pick up a 13-11 victory. Boy, what a game it was between these two Region 1 opponents. Storyline of the game, Enderlin came out scoring 5 runs in the first, 6 total in the first 2 innings to lead it 6-0. Hillsboro-Central Valley would then score 6 of their own in the second off of 4 hits, taking advantage of 3 Enderlin errors as well, including a Carsey Hattlestead homer to left field, tying the game up at 6. Both teams would trade a run in the 7th, or in the 4th, to make it 7-all. Hillsboro-Central Valley then took the lead. They had a run in the 5th and a run in the 6th to make the score 9-7. Enderlin would rattle off 5 straight in the 7th to give them 6 in the 7th to give them a 13-7 lead. The Burros needed 9. They did pick up a couple as Leah Jelmstead was looking to go to third on a triple. She was thrown out at third. Tight call. Payne Quam flies out to the center fielder to end the inning. What a game, though, for both of these teams. Statistically speaking, the leader is Amethyst Billing for Enderlin. She finished out the game at 4 for 4, 4 singles, 2 RBIs, 4 runs scored. Eve Chamberlain with a couple runs scored on a hit. Aspen Schlecht had a great game as well. She went 2 for 3 with a double and a triple and 2 RBIs. Kiara Olsen with a run scored and a single. Noelle Friedrichs with a couple of runs scored. Michaela Wall with a 2 RBI triple in the first. She had 3 walks after that and a run scored. Mackenzie Wall with a single, 2 RBI single as well and a run scored. That was a big one to help jolt Enderlin as well. Winning pitcher, by the way, is Renna Evanson. She pitched all 7 innings. Did allow some stats, but she went the distance. Hillsboro-Central Valley, statistically speaking, Payne Kwan picked up a couple of hits, single and a triple with a pair of runs scored. Kaylee Kittleson had a pair of singles, 3 stolen bases, and a couple of runs scored, as well as an RBI. Carsey Hattlestead, we mentioned the homer, her first of her career, I do believe. A RBI or 2 RBI home run in the second, along with a walk. Danielle Dubois with a run score or with a base hit. Santa Kritzberger run scored and a base hit. Abigail Anderson with a double and a run scored. Stolen base as well. Mallory Allison, couple of runs scored off Megan Ensign's ball placement. Got on due to an error and a walk. Morgan Protasic with a walk and a run scored. And Aaliyah Jelmstead again with a double and a single, an RBI and a run scored. Megan Ensign in the losing effort. She would throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts. I believe she's up to 15 now for the season. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with our post-game interviews, our play and player of the game, and Keith and I's final thoughts here. Coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9 in Ada, invites you to order your new Chevrolet vehicles. From the Silverado, Trailblazer, and Traverse, Lee Brothers is your authorized Chevrolet dealer, providing sales and service to the area since 1975. For ordering your vehicles, talk with Mitch Smurfer J. Trust the experts who know your vehicles best and take advantage of great Chevy certified service offers today. Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9, Ada. Call 218-784-2000.
Hi, this is Chrissy Thompson from the Hillsboro-Central Valley School District, reminding you that ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. In our sporting events, educational lessons, and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember that one simple word, sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. This message is from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
Back here in the press box in our Dakota Heritage Bank postgame interview, sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, dhbanknd.com. Joined by the head coach of the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros and Corey Erickson. And Corey, 2 games, a lot of similarities, a lot of ups and downs, and some mental mistakes, some young mistakes, some great moments, some moments you like to have back. And you had a pretty sobering message to your girls after the game.
Yeah, It's tough. We go over things and it seems to be forgotten 2 seconds later. It's just tough, and it's coaching kids. That's how it goes sometimes. But they got to learn. We know it's not going to get any easier from here in our region. We got Kindred, Central Cass, Northern Cass, Hankinson. They're all good teams. Enderlin, again, I talked in the pregame. They're a scrappy team. They're solid. They can do some things. They get under or overlooked, a bunch because, they're usually young, and we got so many perennial powers in our program, but you can't take them lightly. And I just felt like today that we just went through the motions too much. We didn't compete the way that we know we need to, and just too many mistakes, too many bad mental mistakes where we're not playing softball. We're out on the field, unfortunately.
Let's talk about some of the highlights. First of all, in Carsey Hadelstead, again, out for a whole year due to an injury, and she comes back and rips a bomb to left field. I know the wind helped out with that, but how gratifying was that to really see her break in?
It was good. We wanted to have a nice big game from Carsey. The tough thing for her, the frustrating thing for her was that she wasn't able to chain a couple more at-bats like that together. It almost turned into where she was focusing too much on trying to get loft on that ball her next few at-bats, and she wasn't just putting a good swing on it. Again, that's something that she needs to work on, just development as a player. It stinks that she missed out on her whole sophomore year of development, unfortunately. But good for her. We had some girls that hit the ball really well today. Like I said, we left too many runs out there because we made some bad mistakes.
Megan Ensign coming in relief again, and picking up some great strikeouts. I think she kind of ran out of gas kind of in that 7th inning, but your thoughts on her second performance out?
She came in and did the things that we need to do. Yeah, she might have been a little bit gassed there late in that game. And it's just tough. Right now we're down a couple pitchers on our high school team, so it's you want to have the next man up mentality, but we need the people to actually be there and to be competing. Unfortunately, right now it's kind of on her shoulders, and it can't be that way. That wasn't the plan coming into the season, and for Megan to be shouldering a bunch of load, that's just that's not what we need Megan to do. We need other people to step up, unfortunately.
Let's talk about I think if you're going to narrow it down to one common theme, it's base running, and we talked about it a little bit in the post game last time, but just those mental miscues, not getting too greedy out there and being smart with the base running.
Right, and when I want them to be aggressive, they're not, and when I don't want them to be aggressive, they are. So we're just not on the same page right now, and that was kind of the message out there, is that I can't do this for you. You need to learn when the opportunities are given, and we're not learning from the mistakes that we make, and we just keep making more and more and more. And that's really frustrating to me, because the discipline isn't there. The disciplined at bats, the disciplined base running, the disciplined fielding isn't there right now, and we need to find it. Again, like I said, the schedule's not getting any easier, so we need to learn from this. If we don't learn anything from this, it's going to be a long, long season for us.
You mentioned the schedule doesn't get any easier. You got Kindred Richland a week from today, of course, perennial powerhouse in a lot of things, but especially in softball. Your thoughts on anything else other than what you mentioned, what you need to clean up before you face the Vikings?
Competing a little bit more. We got good leadership in the dugout. we have a bigger crew than we've ever had, and we're just not gelling quite yet. So we really need to come together before that game. Like I said, the mental mistakes we need to clean up. We need to get better at. We need to have better at bats. I think defense needs to clean up a bunch of things because we're just slow right now. We're going through the motions too much, and we're not taking good routes to the ball. So. I'm hoping that we can really have some nice weather here for the end of this week and work on a bunch of these things because we hit our stride in terms of games starting next week. I think we're busy Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the next week I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and maybe I can't remember if it's Saturday after that or what, but we don't have a break, unfortunately, so we need to keep getting better.
Corey, one final note. I want to end on a high note there with a flex player in Kate Onis, maybe the defensive play of the game on on your guys' side with that deep throw from right field all the way over to Carsey at third.
Right, it was a good play on kind of a busted play. Unfortunately, it was a ground ball right to, right past our first baseman that we probably shouldn't have even gotten out to the outfield. And Kate made a good play, but again, it's. We traded an out and we got an out of it, thankfully, but it should have been a force out at the very least, and possibly maybe even get a chance at a double play if we field that ball properly. So again, I'm proud of her. I'm happy for her, but you just hope it comes under different circumstances sometimes.
And Keith, I think you have a question?
Ask him what he saw on Jelmstead in the 7th inning.
Good note. So let's go back to as Keith alluded to. I love having this guy with me in the booth. I need to have him more sports.
He's trying to get me in trouble. That's
exactly.
what he's trying to do.
Let's go to that Aaliyah Jelmstead rounding the bases. She gets a double pretty cleanly. She makes the decision to be aggressive to go to third. And what did you see on that possible tag out there?
Well, I waved her, then I held up my hands because I wanted her to get it because it was a good clean relay that they got, and just she kept running. And so. The throw beat her. From my point of view, it looked like she slid to the side and missed the tag. The umpire's point of view, he couldn't see that where he was at. So I pleaded with. I know I'm not going to change his mind or whatever like that. And again, Don's a great umpire. I love Don to pieces. He and I get along really, really well. I just saw something that he didn't. Was it the wrong call? I saw it differently. He made the call, and that's what you got to do. I respect that, and try to be. He's a super guy, so I don't want to fault him at all. And that wouldn't have made a difference in the game necessarily. We didn't play well enough to win today.
You got to go back to, you win some, you lose some, you get some calls, you don't get some calls. You go back to maybe a base runner leaving early, and the win over win over Valley City goes your way. And I'm sure there'll be more of that here, as we'll leave it at that. But
right.
The head coach, Corey Erickson, joining us here on our Dakota Heritage Bank postgame interview, sharing our heritage, sharing our future locations in North Dakota and Minnesota, dhbanknd.com. Coach, thanks for the time, and we'll be back here in just a little bit. We'll wrap things up with Keith and I next.
I was visiting with Ben at the Hillsboro Body Shop, and we discussed, a lot of things. And then we were discussing, when do you think about the body shop? Most times it's after your vehicle gets damaged from an accident, hitting a deer, hailstorms, scratches, dents, windshield cracks. Ben says, beep. I say, when you need the repairs to your vehicle as you're thinking of the Hillsboro Body Shop, call Ben. 701-636-4981.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Coming up back one final time here on our post-game show. Again, the final score, 13-11. Enderlin with the win over Hillsboro-Central Valley. Let's get to our accolades here. We're going to start with our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Enbridge Life Takes Energy, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. I This is a tough one, but I think I'm going to give it to Aspen Schlecht. Aspen Schlecht's going to be my player of the game here. She really had a great performance, drove in a couple of runs. She had a double, a triple, a walk, and really helped stretch this offense there for Enderlin and some other great principal players. I think Amethyst Billing had a really good game, but I think Aspen Schlecht came up with the plays needed to win the game. Speaking of plays, she also, I think, is on the line there for our RDK Enterprises Precision play of the game. It's RDK Enterprises. Whoop. A little trouble bringing that up here of Hillsboro and Drayton. They wish their farmers a happy spring. There you go, happy spring planting season. RDK Enterprises, planterdoc.com, and play the game. Keith was the last play. Last play of the game. Schlecht, she tracked down that fly ball and got the final outs and prevented any final rally from Hillsboro-Central Valley. So our player and play of the game in part goes to Aspen Schlecht from Enderlin. Let's take a look here at our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Keeping you connected. Discover local reliability you can trust at halsteadtel.com. Post-game connection really for me, talked about it a little bit, but Amethyst Billing, she was connected all game long. On-base percentage was perfect. She was 4 for 4 from the plate, 4 singles. She picked up a walk as well. Don't want to discount as well the best connection, though. Home run for Carsey Hadelstead, her first of her career, so congratulations to her on that.
Yeah, she connected on that swing. She's going to have a lot more of those before this season is over. She's got the tempo, she's got the swing for it, a slight uppercut, good drive off of her back leg. She'll do well this year. I look to her to be a good run producer. The other connection, if you will, that I would nominate would be Kate Onus to Hadelstead over at third base. That to me was kind of a rainbow. You'd like to see throws a little bit lower than that so the cutoff people can cut it off if they need to. But she got that. Kate got that thing over to Carsey, just right on the money, right in front of the bag. All Carsey had to do was drop her glove down in front of the bag, and the runner was just flat out, no questions asked. That was a beautiful play.
And Keith, Corey mentioned a lot of great things in our postgame of what needed to be improved upon, but Kindred Richland's next up for these Burros. Your thoughts on what they need to do better to beat the Vikings?
It's going to sound like a broken record, but got to throw strikes. Got to throw strikes. To Anderson's credit, she went back out there and she started very well. Strikeout on the first hitter, and then it just all fell apart for her. So it's a learning process for her. She needs to know what the trigger is in her motion that causes her to start throwing the ball all over the place. Once she learns, how to get out of that and throw strikes when she needs to, she'll do a great job. The Burros, I was impressed with the offense. They got the bats going. That was a very good thing. They're going to need to be able to hit the ball against Kindred Richland. And their defense is, there's a few things here and there that they need to clean up. I think Coach Erickson alluded to that. But, just keep playing that good defense. They've got speed, my Lord, in the field. They do a wonderful job of covering ground and knocking balls down, and then they've got some cannon arms out there. So I think their defense is going to help them out a lot as the season goes along.
Some good words there from Coach Keith, if you want to, if you want to call it there. And take a look at our schedule, by the way. I want to get you primed on what we have coming up on our schedule. Coming up here, this is the only game, by the way, for this week. Or excuse me, there's one other game this week. It is Hillsboro-Central Valley. We'll take on Hankinson. Take on Hankinson there as on Friday. And then, of course, next week they will have Kindred Richland. I did not have that Hankinson game on the schedule, but so we'll have to touch base on that, make sure that's still on the schedule there between Hankinson and Hillsboro-Central Valley. But nonetheless, that's on the schedule for Friday. Next Tuesday, again, we have Hillsboro-Central Valley and Kindred Richland for softball, and Hillsboro-Central Valley and Thompson for baseball. Borough Tommy Battle should be a great one there. Tuesday, Mayport CG coming up on the 18th. Keith, you'll have the baseball game against Hillsboro-Central Valley, and I'll take the softball one. Or I'll take Mayport CG and Thompson softball there in Thompson. So good stuff. Ends a week from Friday. Horace and Hillsboro-Central Valley. Keith, you got that one as well. So from all of us here at yourliveevent.com, the final score on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard: Enderlin 13, Hillsboro-Central Valley 11. I want to thank our entire team, our executive producer, Mark Forseth, marketing director, marketing savant, Jim Burkmeyer, as well our magic video man himself, Jack Albee, Brandon Mickelson at the Halstead Telephone Company office, making sure our back end is right on point. And all the voices led by co-sportscaster of the year, and Chase Miller. Keith Meyer, I'm James Martins saying Region 1 girls softball fans, show some pride.